Good morning and welcome to the regularly scheduled meeting of the Board of Public Works for Friday, March 10th, 2017.
Good morning, Fernando Campos, Executive Officer. We have Commissioner Rivas, Vice President Repenning, and Commissioner Jacinto, Vice President Repenning. We do have a quorum. May we start with Bureau introductions, please, starting with Bureau of Sanitation.
Reina Pereira, Sanitation.
Brad Jensen, Bureau of Engineering.
John Olingier, Bureau of Contract Administration.
Good morning, Ruben Flamenco, Bureau of Street Lighting.
Hugo Valencia, Bureau of Street Services.
Good morning, Ted Jordan, Public Works General Counsel.
Again, Fernando Campos, Executive Officer. Vice President Repenning, we do not have any speaker cards under general public comment. We also do not have any commentary under the Neighborhood Council comment section, and we have not received any speaker cards on any of the items for today's agenda.
Okay, hearing no speaker cards on general public comments, let's go ahead and close public comments, and let's go ahead and close the Neighborhood Council commentary as well. This takes us to our first item of business, which is the approval of the minutes for the meeting of Wednesday, February 22nd, 2017. Do I hear? Moved by Commissioner Rivas, seconded by Commissioner Jacinto and Davis. So those minutes have been approved. I know that we have a presentation this morning and we're looking forward to it. Our board president, Commissioner James, is going to be with us shortly, so my sense is that he would probably like to be here for that. So I'm going to go ahead and jump around and take a few items until he arrives, starting with an administrative item, agenda item number 9. This is CD 15. A specification submitted for board adoption and authorization to advertise for the invitation of bids for the Terminal Island Water Reclamation Plant Dissolved Air Flotation Thickener Modification, CIP 5224, work order number SZT 11348. Estimate is $754,000. Bid receipt date Wednesday, April 19th, 2017. Commissioner Jacinto has moved to adopt item number 9, seconded by Commissioner Davis. Any objections to sending this forthwith? Okay, the item will be sent forthwith. Let's go ahead and go to agenda item number 1. In Council District 13, it is a memorandum of understanding for a pedestrian tunnel closure. Recommending that the board, number 1, find that the Department of General Services Construction Forces Division to be qualified to perform the construction activities necessary to complete the pedestrian tunnel closure, Sunset Boulevard at Golden Gate Avenue, and assign work to them in the amount of $95,000 plus a construction contingency of $20,000 for a total of $115,000. 2, delegate signature authority to the city engineer to execute the memorandum of understanding between the Bureau of Engineering and the GSD for the pedestrian tunnel closure, Sunset Boulevard at Golden Gate Avenue, for an amount not to exceed $115,000. We have from the Bureau of Engineering my old friend Michael Haddadin. Hi Michael, come on up.
Good morning everyone. My name is Michael Haddadin. I work for the Bureau of Engineering Street Improvement Program. We are seeking 2 recommendations here. The first one is to find General Service Division Construction Forces qualified for doing the work. This project is about pedestrian tunnel underneath Sunset Boulevard between Michael Trona Drive and Golden Gate Avenue. It's a pedestrian tunnel that has been closed for a long time and some eyesore in the community. And it blocks almost like 60 feet by 6 feet of the sidewalk, and it's a nuisance in the community. So we are recommending the closure of the tunnel, and at the same time, looking around the intersections, we found out that there are 2 ramps that they are not qualified per the ADA, American with the Disabilities Act 1990. So we are upgrading those 2 intersections. And we are seeking execution of the MOU between General Service Divisions and the Bureau of Engineering.
Okay. Any questions? Commissioner Jacinto?
Thank you, Vice President Repenning. Michael, thank you for the report. So basically, we're closing the tunnel. We're removing it, so we're giving more sidewalk Yes. Space back, and we're taking care of some ramps. So those are two good things for
Yes.
the local surrounding community, sir.
We're going to seek more capacity for the sidewalk for the pedestrians, and the closure will eliminate the nuisance for the school districts, because the students are passing by that area, going to school and from home and to school.
Very good. Thank you, sir.
It's in front of Mitchell Terrena Elementary, correct?
Michael Trona Elementary School, yes.
Disagreement on how to pronounce the name, but
Yes, yeah.
Commissioner Davis has moved to adopt agenda item number 1, seconded by Commissioner Jacinto. Any objections to sending this forthwith? Okay, the item will be sent forthwith. Let's go ahead and go to agenda item number 4.
Thank you.
And Mr. Campos, agenda item number 3, we're going to go ahead and postpone, correct?
That is correct. There's been a request to continue item number 3 to Friday, March 24th, 2017.
Okay, so that one will be continued to Friday, March 24th. Agenda item number 4. It's in CD7, a contract amendment with the Los Angeles Conservation Corps, recommending that the board authorize the Office of Community Beautification to amend an existing contract with the Los Angeles Conservation Corps in the amount of $60,000 for supplemental street maintenance and community beautification efforts in Council District 7. We have Paul Roch from the Office of Community Beautification. Paul? Paul is not here. Okay. We will, Mr. Campos, should we go ahead and take this up when he gets in?
We can continue the item until he gets in, or if you'd like, I can, in his absence, I can go ahead and just present the item.
Why
The
don't you
item
go ahead and present?
Yeah, the item before you, Commissioners, is an item to do a contract amendment with the Los Angeles Conservation Corps in the amount of $60,000 to supplement some of our street maintenance and community beautification efforts in Council District Number 7. This has to go back with our LACC, which is the Conservation Corps that assists us with graffiti abatement and also supplemental community services. The item before you is just for $60,000 so that we can use some of the monies that was transferred from our City Council Street Furniture Fund to the Board of Public Works in regards to developing and also improving our communities. Therefore, the item before you is just to make an amendment for $60,000 to the existing contract.
Any questions on agenda item number 4? Moved by Commissioner Jacinto, seconded by Commissioner Davis. This item will be adopted. Any objections to sending it forthwith? Okay, the item will be sent forthwith. Let's go ahead and move to agenda item number 7. Council Districts 4, 5, and 14. This is a contract award, West Side Unit 3 Series to Multiple High Voltage Conversion for the fiscal year 2016-2017, recommending that the board, number 1, declares Servitech Solutions Incorporated the first low bidder to be the lowest responsible bidder and award Servitech a contract for this project for $2,432,764.10. Number 2, forward a copy of this report to the affected council district offices. And number 3, authorize the president or 2 members of the Board of Public Works to execute the contract for this project upon approval of all required documents by the city attorney. We have Vince Nguyen from the Bureau of Street Lighting. And I believe we have Linda McGlinchey from Contract Administration here as well. Come on up.
Good morning, Commissioners. I'm Vince Nguyen with the Bureau of Street Lighting. This project will convert existing high-voltage street lighting series circuits to low-voltage multiple circuits. And we have received a total of 3 bids for this project. Servitech is the first low bidder who has complied with the BIP outreach requirements and the MSM requirements. Therefore, it's recommended that the board declare Servitech the lowest responsible bidder and award Servitech the contract for this project.
Thank you. Thank you. Any questions? Commissioner Rivas?
Thank you. No, I'm excited that we're continuing on and converting our high voltage street lights. I had a question. Servitech, weren't they a grad of our Small Business Academy? Do you know if they were? Because I know they're a small business, and I think they may have been a graduate. Huh?
They're also a minority owned.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think it's Linda.
Good morning, Commissioners. Linda McLinchy, Bureau of Contract Administration. I do not recall. I think they may be a graduate. They are, as you'll note on the board report, they are a minority, small, disabled veteran and local business enterprise. We were also fortunate enough to have them participate with us at last year's Accessing LA presentation on bidding and working with the city.
Yes, and I think this is their first contract with the city?
That we're recommending them for award in Public Works, yes.
Okay. No, so I think that it's great that, we're bringing in someone new, and that is also a minority and small business and local, lots of things that we want to see. So I really hope this goes well. Okay.
Thank you. Any further questions on agenda item number 7? Commissioner Davis has made a motion that we adopt agenda item number 7, seconded by Commissioner Rivas. Any objection? Without objection, we'll adopt agenda item number 7. Any issue sending 7 forthwith? We'll send 7 forthwith. Thank you. Let's go back. Sorry I was a few minutes late joining the meeting. I was in a meeting in the mayor's office. But here now to announce our presentation for Motor Sweeper Operator Graduate Recognition from the Bureau of Street Services. Mr. Salceda. Always an event that we really like to see here at the Board of Public Works. So,
well, thank you very much, Mr. President. Good morning to everyone, President, Mr. President of the Board of Public Works, Commissioners, Bureau reps, City Attorney, and of course, Executive Officer. This is a very special day for us in the Bureau of Street Services for a lot of reasons, but specifically because today we get to celebrate 10 years since this motor sweeper operator class was added to our street maintenance technology program. Initially, this class was not part of the street maintenance technology program that we have with the LA Trade Tech, but it's been 10 years since this class became part of the curriculum, so it's a reason to celebrate today, 10 years today. Secondly, and of course, we are here to celebrate the graduation of the latest class that worked very, they were very committed to completing this 12-week class. These classes take place on Saturdays. They dedicate their own time and their own effort to obtain this very valuable certificate. But before we issue the certificates, I want to take 1 minute to recognize those that make this class possible. Of course, I want to thank this magnificent Board of Public Works because more than anything for your incessant support to our training programs. Without your support, our training programs wouldn't go that far. So I want to thank you and your predecessors because we're talking about more than 25 years of LA Trade Tech Street Services partnering and more than 25 years of the incessant support of the Board of Public Works to our program. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much, Board of Public Works. I also want to thank, of course, the instructors. Specifically, I want to thank the lead instructor, Mr. Abraham Navarro. Abe has been the instructor for so many years, for so many generations, including myself, right? And even after retirement, he has postponed his trip to Machu Picchu, to complete this training classes. So, Abe, thank you very much for everything you've done for the Bureau and everything that you amazingly continue doing for the Bureau. So thank you very much. A great coach always needs a great coaching staff as well, right? So I want to thank also the assistant instructors, Benny Carranza, James Windsor, Leticia Garnica, Frank Gamboa, Steve Jacobellis, Hans Duran, Michael Cox, and Danny Rivera. Without their help, basically Abe would have to pull his hair and try to, pull miracles. So I want to thank all of them, and I want to give all of them a round of applause. Of course, all this is possible by engaging, other people like GSD, the Fleet Services Division of GSD, the vendor that sells the sweepers to us. But I also want to thank the family members because these students have to sacrifice their Saturdays and they have to stay away from the family on Saturdays. And it's very gratifying to see that families nowadays understand that our employees, are trying to get better, to provide better services, to be more efficient, and these classes certainly help to obtain that mission that both the Department of Public Works and the Bureau of Street Services have. So I really want to thank the family members. Some of them are here. I want to thank them for their incessant support as well to our students. Lastly, I want to thank, a special person, because this special person is the person that coordinates this important program, from registrations to insurance compliance of the requisites, to assisting students, to supporting instructors. In a simple word, the MVP of this program, Madeline Smith. Madeline, where are you? Now, this class is comprised of 25 students. 3 of them are females. Motor sweeper operator historically was one of those job classifications that wouldn't see a lot of female representation. So we're seeing more and more, female representation on this particular class. And we're very happy because that basically aligns with the mayor's vision of gender equity. And we're very happy that we're making these classes available to this group that was not well represented within our department. So congratulations to all of them. Without any further ado, I really would like to bring all of them. I would like to thank them. I know it wasn't easy. It's 8 hours of classes, 8 hours of very physical and demanding, training. It's replacing brooms, performing lubrication, lifting chains. It is not easy. It is very demanding. And after 16 weeks, I can tell you that they are as well trained as a Navy SEAL. Almost like that, because their efforts are extremely demanding. So if you allow me, Board President, I would like to bring him and provide the certificates to all of them.
Please do. And let me just say, Nazario, as you begin to do that, Abe, it's good to see you today, sir. Thank you for being. I see Mr. Navarro in the halls on occasion, and I'm like, you haven't really retired, which is good. It's a good thing. Stay with us, sir. Go ahead.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Well, let's start with Felipe Arevalos. Come on. We got to do this quickly, guys. Congratulations. Real quick here for the picture. Jose Camacho. Leonel Chacon. Cesar Coons. Fleming Inix. Martin Garcia. Willis Gonzalez. Cesar Marquez. Well done. Thank you. Sandra Martinez. Thank you. Thank you, Sandra. Dragan Matish. Edward Moten. Javier Muñoz. Oscar Parada. Andrew Patino. Javier Pineda. Pineda. Ivan Ramirez. Frederick Reed. Didn't make it. Carlos Rivera. Abel Rodriguez. Mary Lou Rodriguez. Mark Santa Maria. Well done. Good. Victor Serrato. Damon Timmons. Javier Valenzuela. And last but not least, Edgar Vera. Congratulations, class of 2016. Don't forget our motto, what is? Sweep safe, sweep clean, finish the route. All right? Congratulations.
But I think everyone's already in places. Right? I'd like to do a group photo. Probably works best in the back, but we have a few words I think some of my colleagues would like to say as well. So maybe if everyone could just take another seat, whatever's close to you.
Go back to your
few
seat.
minutes,
Yeah.
wherever you'd like. maybe the best way to do it. Sorry, I lost count. What's the total in the?
25.
25, okay. We'll start with Commissioner Davis.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. And Nazario, as our Bureau Chief, I'd like to commend you for creating the opportunity for us to give more knowledge and skills to our workforce in the Bureau. The tasks that you perform are critically important to Los Angeles. Specifically, you clean up the infrastructure of our cities, and certainly constituents and citizens of Los Angeles have as their top priority to make sure that their streets are clean. Of all the things that we hear often, we hear from residents of Los Angeles. And so I'm very proud that we have a new class of individuals who really fit into the mayor's priorities in his back to basics philosophy that he has given us in the leadership of Los Angeles. And one of those objectives is to make sure that we create opportunities for employment for all of Los Angeles. And I see the very diverse group of individuals who've graduated from this program, and the work that you have done, I wish that we will be able to duplicate it throughout all of our various bureaus in terms of training the next generation of leadership in the very important tasks that we perform for residents of Los Angeles. So once again, thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Commissioner.
Commissioner Repenning.
Nazario, among the things that I truly value about your leadership is that you are really committed to workforce development, and I think the partnership that you've built between the department and LA Trade Tech is really great and really valuable to us. So I just want to thank you. And to all the graduates, congratulations. For you to take time away from your families, away from your personal lives, to go through this training, it means a lot. It's an investment that you're making in yourselves and your careers, and it's an investment that you're making in our city. As you all know, we are going to be facing a lot of retirements coming up, and we're going to need people who can step up as that happens. And the folks who are willing to commit to developing their skill set, I think, are going to be valued in that process. So thank you for taking the time to be part of this training program, and we wish you all the best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner, for your kind words.
Commissioner Jacinto.
Thank you, President James. Nazario, what a great day. It's always good to visit your class and to interact, and I appreciate your leadership all these years and keeping this important program going. Just a couple of shout outs, Abe, to you for being still active with our city in your non-retirement, and to all the staff that put it together. Madeline, because it takes a village to do these types of programs, and it doesn't happen without you. So thank you for taking care of business. To our graduates, the family issue, and I echo my colleagues' comments. You don't sacrifice, you are there because of your families. So it's all intertwined, and I think it's all going to pay back as you continue your careers with the city. We look forward to seeing you with your careers continuing, and if we can support you in any way, just you can just call and come and visit. So thank you, mabuhay to you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Jacinto. Sharivas.
Thank you, Nazario. This is such a great example of a partnership that develops new talent for us. And I really admire what you do, and I hope you're definitely an example for our other bureaus, to develop similar partnerships that will work for them. And to the graduates, welcome to the city. I'm very excited to see you all here, and I know you sacrificed a lot for this, but I know it's worth it. And this is a great career that you're about to start here. And I know a lot of you have friends and family that may be interested in the future in participating in a training program like this. And as you know, a lot of the way people hear about these programs is through word of mouth. So I hope that you also spread the word to people you may know that in the future that want to participate in a program like this or this one, because you're the best recruiters for this. So thank you.
Thank you,
congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Rivas. Let me just start briefly with a word to the graduates. Something Commissioner Davis said, and I experienced it as well. As a matter of fact, the last 2 nights in a row. Tuesday evening, I was in Westchester. One of the key questions that came up is the work that we're doing around our street sweeping program in the city of Los Angeles and how pleased that they've been with the Bureau's performance in that area. Last night in Studio City, another issue about, and it gave me a chance to talk about what we're doing with technology and our motor sweeper operator program and what we see as the future of the work that you all are going to be doing. So it is a core city service that you all have been trained to provide. Very important to neighborhood beautification, to cleanliness, to public safety, and to civic pride. So be very proud of the accomplishment that you have made to get to be a graduate of the program and for the upcoming work that you all will be doing with and within the city of Los Angeles. So again, congratulations, and thank you for coming to the city of Los Angeles for your municipal service and future career and continuation of your existing careers. Nazario, to your team in the Bureau of Street Services, once again, thank you very much. As my colleagues have said, and I will echo, we really appreciate your commitment to the partnership with LA Trade Tech. I've seen it firsthand over the years now. I know how you're committed to it. I know how it's a priority for you. There are things that sometimes I have to talk to Nazario in the evening about or try and get him scheduled for an evening, and if it's going to interfere with his work in connection with Trade Tech, he always tells me. And we will reschedule. Veronica, Abe, Madeline, thank you all for your work with Team BSS as well. It's always appreciated. With that, it's time for everybody to get busy and to make Los Angeles just the greatest city in the world. And this is such an inspirational week for us as a city for all of us to take on what I really call, and I'll borrow a term from the Los Angeles Times, the third Los Angeles. It's a new era, a very exciting time for our city, and you're going to be literally right in the middle of it a lot, and you're going to be very fulfilled. And I also want to thank Commissioner Penning for your patience this morning and waiting for me to be here to hear this. So.
I knew that you would want to be here in person.
So thank you. And yes, Nazario.
Yes, if I could just, as part of our tradition, to have one of the students to speak on behalf of the class, that would be nice. Who's the rep for this class of 2016? You have to be a woman in the week of the International, Day of Women, right?
Ms. Rodriguez.
Good morning to everybody. First of all, I'd like to thank the Department of Public Works for giving the opportunity and the funding for this program. And on behalf of the classmates, I would like to thank Mr. Navarro. Mr. Navarro, our second time around, I took the class, the fourth class the city ever gave 20-some years ago. And I would also like to thank the trainers because they also sacrificed their weekends with their family. Hans, Steve, Danny, Leticia, Frank Gamboa, and Mr. Vanny Carranza, and Mr. Windsor. And for the great opportunity that you guys have given us by providing us the facility and the machines and everything. And I would also like to thank the head of my departments, which I'm part of resurfacing and slurry, Mr. Shaw, Mr. Nick Lopez, because I'm actively sweeping now for the slurry crews. So I would like to thank everybody for everything that you guys have done, and I'm sure that my classmates agree for the opportunity that the department gives us.
Thank you, ma'am. Just for those listening online for other items, we're going to take just a 1 or 2 minute recess for a photograph, and then we'll be right back on our agenda. I think the best thing, Nazario, is to do it in the back of the room because of the space, yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you, everyone. Going back on our agenda this morning. Agenda item number 2, Council District 4. A protest on weed abatement charge 3607 West Olympic Boulevard. Recommending that the board first instruct the Bureau of Street Services to request the Los Angeles County Auditor and Controller to remove the weed abatement charge of $1,625.23 as assessed against property described as 5092-018-036 as levied on the 2015 secured property tax roll in the name of Magdalena Firestein at 1640 Manning Avenue, Los Angeles, 90024, and instruct the Bureau of Street Services to issue a refund to Magdalena Firestein, 1640 Manning Avenue, Los Angeles, 90024. The refund is to be made only if full payment of the 2015 property taxes have been made to the County of Los Angeles Tax Collector's Office by the claimant and should be paid from Fund 100, Department 86, Revenue Source 3196, which is weed abatement. Mr. Barrett, sounds like this is not something that we would hear from the property owner in disagreement for this morning. I'm sure they agree with it.
Yes, sir, as evidenced by their not showing up. This is a weed abatement claim arising from city weed abatement on this property. The claimant indicated and documented that they had cleaned their own property, resulting in their claim. That was in March of 2015. Subsequent investigation and inspection by Bureau inspectors found that the property to be out of compliance 8 months later in November, resulting in us sending in city crews to abate the property. However, upon investigation of the claim, it was found that the notice to the property owner indicating additional work needed was actually sent to a previous property owner, which was still listed on county assessor rolls. Since the current property owner did not receive notification, the Bureau recommends that the charges be removed.
Understood. Any questions for Mr. Barrett on number 2? No questions on number 2. Mr. Campos, we'd like to amend on number 2.
Yes, no questions on number 2. Just for clarification, the director of a county is the one that would be refunding this this money. So I would recommend that we amend the report on recommendation number 2 to authorize the director of a county instead of instructing the Bureau of Street Services to refund.
Okay, then that would be my motion pursuant to the amendment. Is there a second on that? By Commissioner Davis. Any objection? With that objection, we'll adopt agenda item number 2 as amended. Any issues sending it forthwith? We'll send number 2 forthwith. Thank you, Mr. Barrett. Good to see you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Agenda item number 5. Bureaus of Street Lighting and Contract Administration, Council District 4. Bid rejection, Bel Air Beverly Crest Unit 2 Series to multiple high voltage conversion, fiscal year 2016-17, which is the current fiscal year. Recommending that the board first declare Comet Electric Incorporated the first low bidder to be non-responsive as discussed in the report. Second, receive and file transmittal number 2. Third, approve the request from Elecnor Belco Electric Incorporated, the second low bidder, to withdraw their bid as discussed in the report. Fourth, declare Select Electric, the third low bidder, to be non-responsive as discussed in the report. Fifth, declare KDC doing business as Dyne Electric, the fourth low bidder, to be non-responsive as discussed in the report. And sixth, as you might imagine, reject all bids submitted for the project upon approval of recommendation numbers 1 through 5 and forward a copy of the report to the affected council district office. We have Vince Nguyen and John Patterson from Bureau of Contract Administration as well. Mr. Nguyen, we'll start with you, sir.
Good morning, Commissioners. I'm Vince Nguyen with the Bureau of Street Lighting. This project will convert existing high voltage series street lighting circuits to low voltage multiple circuits. We have received a total of 5 bids for this project. Comet Electric, the first low bidder, failed to pass the BIP outreach requirement. Therefore, it's recommended that their bid be deemed non-responsive. Elecnor, the second low bidder, submitted a request to withdraw their bid, citing a clerical error on the amount of one of the bid items. Bureau staff has verified that their error was inadvertent and that they would be performing work at a loss for the amount bid. Therefore, it is recommended that the board approve their request to withdraw their bid. Select Electric, the third low bidder, failed to pass the MSM and the BIP outreach requirement. Therefore, it's recommended that the bid be deemed non-responsive. Dynalectric, the fourth low bidder, also failed to pass the BIP outreach requirement. Therefore, it's recommended that their bid be deemed non-responsive. Henkels and McCoy, the fifth low bidder, their bid was not reviewed for the BIP compliance because there's insufficient funds to award the contract to them for this project because their bid amount is 53% higher than our Bureau estimate. In view of the above findings, it's recommended that the board reject all the bids submitted for this project.
Okay. Thank you. Any questions of Mr. Nguyen? Mr. Patterson?
Thank you, Vincent. Good morning. John Patterson with the Bureau of Contract Administration. I would just add one thing regarding Dynalectric. When a contractor or a bidder fails their BIP outreach, Bureau of Contract Administration notifies the bidder of that in writing. So all of the bidders who failed their BIP outreach were notified in writing. None of them responded except for Dynalectric, who claimed that they had completed their BIP outreach at the same time as they were doing their BIP summary sheet for Street Lighting Unit 1, Beverly Crest Unit 1. We conferred with Bavin ITA, the tech support, and they provided us a report that essentially showed that Dynalectric had initially, since performing their outreach, completing their initial outreach, they had not logged back into the Bavin and accessed the Bavin page for Unit 2. So what Dynalectric were telling us did not match with ITA's report. So. Okay,
so then Mr. Patterson, that still means that Dynalectric is non-responsive here, correct?
That is correct, yes,
okay.
Sir.
Obviously, it sounds like we're going to go back out to rebid on this. Anything unusual about this project that people didn't want to seem to work that hard for it? Mr. Jordan, anything you see here?
Not about the project itself. Just to point out for the record something that's in the report already.
That a lot of them are very high?
No, that the firm Elecnor Belco Electric, which withdrew its bid, the recommendation is to accept their withdrawal. Since we're rejecting all bids, we're going to go out to bid again. However, that firm, since it has requested and we're approving the request, they will not be allowed to bid on the rebid. So
and Mr. Patterson, is this didn't one of these bidders, did they withdraw or were they not deemed non-responsive recently on another one? Was it Comet?
I don't have any recollection of that, sorry, sir.
Let me see if, Ms. McGlinchey, I'm remembering a pattern here.
Yes, you're referring to agenda item number 6 now.
Oh, okay. So that was from a briefing since I wasn't here for a number.
Procedural question.
6, okay. Commissioner Davis?
I had a procedural question. You mentioned in terms of the Bavin process that there is a need to go back and review section 4, page 4, or something 4 on Bavin. Can you explain that procedure to me so I can have a better understanding?
Okay, yes, sir. The BIP outreach, the Business Inclusion Program outreach, the contractors must use the Bavin system to outreach to a certain portion of the subcontractors registered on the Bavin. They have to do this no fewer than 15 days of bid due date. So within 15 days of bid due date, they must have used the Bavin to meet the minimum outreach requirements. When the bids are due, they have until 4:30 the following business day to go back into the BAVN and update their BIP summary sheet, essentially documenting the results of the outreach that they made. So all of our contractors did that, except for actually one of the contractors did not meet the minimum outreach requirements, but none of the contractors went back into the BAVN and updated their BIP summary sheet.
So of all of those competing, none of them went back to do page 4?
That is correct. That is unusual, but that does happen sometimes. So.
Thank you, Mr. Patterson. Commissioner Rivas?
From what I understand, I think I know these high voltage projects are complicated, they are difficult, like from what Vince, I've met with Vince before, but it could be that these contractors may have had other projects at the same time. I mean, do we know that?
That's a possibility that they sort of full-loaded at this time and they kind of hesitant to take on this challenging project.
Yeah.
So
maybe
it's our plan to...
The non-responsiveness was they chose to be non-responsive?
Yes.
Right. Okay.
All right. Thank you. Is there a motion on whichever number we're on, 5? By Commissioner Davis. I'll second it. Any objection? Without objection, we'll adopt agenda item number 5. Any issue sending it forthwith? We'll send number 5 forthwith. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Patterson.
Thank you.
Agenda item number 6, street lighting and contract administration, Council Districts 4 and 5. Requested contract award. Bel Air Beverly Crest Unit 1 series to multiple high voltage conversion for this fiscal year. Recommending that the board declare Comet Electric the first low bidder to be non-responsive as discussed in the report. There is my question from before. Second, declare Servitech Solutions the second low bidder to be the lowest responsible bidder and award Servitech a contract for the project for $2,863,326.10. Third, receive and file transmittal number 2. Fourth, approve the request from Elec Norbelco Electric, the third low bidder, to withdraw their bid for the project as discussed in the report. Fifth, forward a copy of the report to the affected council district office. And sixth, or offices since it's 4 and 5. Sixth, authorize myself or 2 members of the Board of Public Works to execute the contract for the project upon approval of all the required documents by the city attorney. And Mr. Nguyen and Ms. McGlinchey on number 6.
Good morning, Commissioners. This is another high voltage project that we have received 5 bids for this project. Comet Electric, the first low bidder, again failed to pass the VIP outreach requirement. Therefore, it's recommended that the bid be deemed non-responsive. The third low bidder, Elec who submitted a request to withdraw their bid, citing a clerical error as mentioned in the previous project. And Bureau staff has verified that their bid, their error was inadvertent and that they would be performing the work at a loss for the amount bid. So it's recommended that the board approve their request to withdraw their bid. Servitech, the second low bidder, has complied with the BIP outreach and also the MSM requirements. Therefore, it's recommended that the board declare Servitech the lowest responsible bidder and award the contract for this project to Servitech.
Thank you, sir. Any questions on agenda item number 6? Commissioner Repenning?
I would just point out again, even though the subcontracting numbers look like this is not a successful outcome of our BIP program, that Servitech is a minority-owned business and a small business, a disabled veteran business enterprise and a local business enterprise. So they're the prime on this. So I just wanted to make sure that that was on the record.
Very important for the record. Thank you, Commissioner Repenning. Commissioner Rivas?
With Servitech being the second lowest bid, did we not apply the local business preference? Would that move them up to be the lowest bid if we applied that? Do we know?
bid kind of look at
Do
that.
they qualify? I know they are.
But they qualify for that 8%
Okay,
reduction. So
So even if ComEd had responded to the BIP, was responsive, would then Servitech be the lowest bidder after the LBP?
Not in this case because Comet is also in LBE.
Oh, I didn't
so
know. I didn't notice. Okay, sorry. Okay, thank you. I didn't notice that.
Thank you, Commissioner Rivas. That makes it clear.
And also, just to add, Vice President Repenning, you had a question about Servitech in an earlier item about them being a graduate from our Small Business Academy. I did receive confirmation from the Bureau of Contract Administration that Servitech is a graduate from the program. So you are correct.
Yes.
Great, thank you. Thanks. Yes, thank you, Commissioners. Across the board, okay. So any other questions? Is there a motion on number 6 by Commissioner Repenning, seconded by Commissioner Davis? Any objection? With that objection, we will adopt agenda item number 6. Any issue sending 6 forthwith? We will send 6 forthwith happily. Thank you all.
thank you.
Agenda item number 8, requested contract award, Bureaus of Engineering and Contract Administration, Secondary Sewer Renewal Program P22, Verdugo Road and Palmer Drive. If I didn't say it already, that's Council Districts 2 and 14, recommending that the board declare Vasilich Incorporated the first low bidder to be the lowest responsible bidder and award them a contract for the project for $1,588,392. Secondly, authorize myself or 2 members of the board to execute the contract after approval as to form has been obtained from the city attorney. Mary Thomas, good morning.
Good morning, Mary Thomas from Bureau of Engineering, Wastewater Conveyance Engineering Division. The SSRP P22 Verdugo Road and Palmer Drive project will remove and replace or rehabilitate approximately 1.3 miles of sewers between the sizes, ranging sizes from 8 inches to 15 inches in the council districts 2 and 14. 3 bids were received on December 7th, 2016. The lowest bid received was $1,588,392, 2.98% above the C estimate. As part of the business inclusion program, the first low bidder has pledged 0.74% SBE, 0.74% EBE, 26.19% OBE, and 0% MBE, WBE, and DVBE. Contractor has done due diligence and followed all city procedures. However, due to the nature of the work, there are not many MBE, WBE subcontractors that can support this type of sewer work. Vasil Incorporated is also a certified LBE and has complied with the mandatory subcontracting minimum of 25% by pledging 27.96 subcontracting participation level. Therefore, staff recommends the board to award SSRP P22 project to Vasil Incorporated, the lowest responsible bidder.
Thank you. Any questions for Ms. Thomas? Commissioner Asentos made a motion that we adopt agenda item number 8. I'll second it. Any objection? Without objection, we will adopt agenda item number 8. Any issue sending it forthwith? We will send number 8 forthwith. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Mr. Campos, other than our adjourning motion, have we cleared the desk?
Yes, you have.
Okay. Colleagues, it is with great sadness at the request of the Bureau of Sanitation that we adjourn this morning in honor of Mr. William Manns, who was a retired wastewater collection worker at the Bureau of Sanitation. Mr. Manns passed away on February 2017 at the age of 78. He worked for the City of Los Angeles for 26 years and retired in 2001. Mr. Manns is survived by his wife Phyllis and 5 children, Vernell, Keith, Kelsey, Lamont, and Gary. His services will be on March 13, 2017 at the House of Winston Mortuary at 9501 South Vermont Avenue in Los Angeles. And again, it is with deep sadness that we announce Mr. Mann's passing, and this morning we adjourn in his honor. So thank you, everyone. We are adjourned.